This week we had the opportunity to meet with Del Oro, former Del Oro teacher and coach and legend, Steve March. He was also a student here, actually, the year the school opened in 1959. He was one of the first students here. And he has all sorts of fantastic stories, and the one we got to hear from him this week was about these redwoods that Lion Taylor wrote.
This is Barnes Redwood Grove. It was established back in 1960 from these redwood trees came from Mr. Barnes' own farm that he had, a tree farm in Colfax. And when the school first opened up, we didn't have a lot of plant life, lawns, any of that kind of stuff. So we had what they called work days, community work days on Saturdays. And during that time, the teachers, and particularly Mr. Barnes, the community, the teachers, they all came, and the students, they all came and worked and helped planted the lawns, helped to beautify the campus.
I was one of the students that had Mr. March as a teacher. He was amazing in so many different ways. A few of those ways, he was always telling us how to be the best version we can be, and that's being a golden eagle. He taught us, or in my class, PE and history. And some of those times that he was always telling us to be the best version and be that golden eagle, he would talk about the legends that were here before him. He would bring us down to these redwood trees and talk about Mr. Barnes and what it took for him planting these trees and then bringing the community involved and how that all worked. And he just gave us those lessons, and he'd show us the plaque. And that's some of the things that Mr. March did for us.
Many of the faculty members, when he died, thought that he deserved a little recognition, and so they put forth the Redwood Grove in memory of Bruce Barnes. And of course, it is his memory because they were his trees, and they made them Del Oro's. He was just a great speaker, and he always talked about to get the guys interested. Fishing, he would be talking about a certain river and maybe a certain battle, and he would know if it had trout in it or not because he was an avid trout fisherman. And so every story, sometime or another, he figured a way to put a fish in there, and if not, he'd start drawing the fish on the board. And one time we had a cake sale in which the faculty and students, to make money for the stadium, they had a big cake sale, and Mr. Barnes made a cake about this long of a German brown trout, and they came out and they auctioned them off, and his went for about $100, something like that, which was a lot of money then, back in 1962 or whatever it was.
So Mr. March obviously is one of the Del Oro greats, and it was really fun to hear him talking about some of his teachers. As we talked to him, we realized he has so many stories, and so we'll have the opportunity to bring him back in the future and hear stories about other places and people on campus. But that's it for this week. You stay golden, Del Oro. As we talked to him, 3 cars coming.